That was awesome. Okay, so I just want to add to what you said, or just emphasize on what you said about attending events. Now, don't just attend event because you want to add to the number. Attend because you're very intentional. You want to actually meet people. In fact, for me, before I go for any event, because my time is very precious, right? I have to like sit down, look at who the speakers are, look at if they happen to open the space for people who happen to show me the people who attend the event. I just write their names. Who am I very intentional to meet because or who are the people that if they do that, that's fine. I get to write their name and meet up with them. Or I just set out, okay, these are the specific kind of people that I want to see. I want to go and talk to. And that's how I make my connections, right? I know, and then he said something about you may not really need them now, but in the long run, you see how important they are to your life. And then talking about transiting or transitioning from Web 2, yes, to Web 3. If you already have a background in Web 2, say for instance, you're a product designer, you have been designing for Web 2, this same thing about okay, so I'm going to take it from the sequence of number 2, learn about Web 3, right, and then attend events. Don't go to start becoming a developer, or maybe you have because of course Web3 is very wide. Everybody can be in the space, right? Even if you are not a kind of technical, your career is not technically inclined, right? You can still function as a can still function in Web3, but it doesn't mean that you have to like change your entire career and start becoming a developer or a designer just because you want to be in the Web 2 space. You can always switch to Web 3, but just note the background, the basis of how Web 2 web wo- web how Web 3 works. Okay, so over to you, Henry. Let's get to hear from you. What's the roadmap you feel? So speaking, okay, whatever point of view you want to speak from, because I still have a question for you based on product design. But let's get to hear from you. What is the roadmap to learning Web 3? Okay.
Oh, thank you. And thank you for this again.
Thank
So
you.
I think Tiago already exhausted everything that needs to be
Tiago,
said.
Tiago, you're always exhausting everything. Please leave some for
No,
us
no,
to
no, no,
say
no, no, no,
something.
no, no. Like, okay. Should I say he exhausted a major part of what needs to be said? So
Okay.
all I just do is add to what he said.
Well
Don't mind
said.
me. That he exhausted.
Well said.
Well, so what if you ask me, I will tell you that the roadmap, having a roadmap.
Hmm.
Okay, I don't know if I made enough sense with that, but okay, I just checked like when I was called up for this and you said roadmap. I checked the vision of roadmap, and roadmap is defined as a plan or strategy intended to achieve a particular goal.
Hmm.
So that's what a roadmap
Okay.
is defined as. So now you must first have a plan or a strategy which you want to use to conquer the system you want to go into. So if you don't have a roadmap, no matter how eager you are to join, if you don't have a plan, no matter how eager you are to go into this ecosystem, you will definitely fail if there is no plan. You get. So I think I've heard something about it's one of the famous quotes here in Nigeria where they say if you fail to plan, that means you plan to fail. I don't know if we've all heard that. So if you don't make these plans as someone coming into this system, you are already en route to failure. Like you're like going to crash out. You're going to lose. Not like let me not use the word failure now, but you're going to crash out and you're going to lose the zeal to um, continue. That's why I said Thiago has exhausted it because he
Hmm.
just gave down the plan, the
Breakdown.
details from learning to
Connecting with people.
connecting with people to putting yourself out there to reaching out. Yeah, like recently, I as a product designer, I reached out to there is this gamify project. I still look for money. So there is this gamify project that I came across on LinkedIn, and I really enjoyed what they've been doing. And I reached out to one of the co-founders. That's part where he said about reaching out to founders. I reached out to one of the co-founders. I told him, yeah, I'm interested in this stuff you're building. And I would like to, I sent him my resume and my portfolio. Okay, these are some of the projects I've worked on. He looked at it and he told me it was nice, but they only hire on-site workers, the people who work in their office at India there. So if the whole working on site, if not, I believe I would have gotten that role. So reaching out
Wow.
and being a part of community as well. Now it sounds like we are all here. We are coming here to come and push the gospel of blockchain UNN. But then we cannot talk about our blockchain life. I'll move into the Web3 ecosystem without mentioning blockchain UNN. Being part of
Yeah.
communities, you get to grow. You see what other people are doing, trends on in the Web3 ecosystem. People are putting it out there. I cannot lie to you. The first ever job I got, it was one of a post from Kelvin, one of the co-founders of Web3, Blockchain
Yeah.
UNN. Sorry, one of the co-founders of Blockchain UNN. He posted on the community group, and I reached out to him that I'm interested in this. The chat is on my old phone. I reached out to him. I was like, I'm interested in this. How do I? He
Get
shared me
you.
the hiring guys this thing on Telegram. I reached out to the guy. I got interviewed. He told me that okay, he's going to they're not going to be paying me that $0 per month. Yeah, I was eager to get into the Web3 space. That's where the volunteer role comes in that Thiago spoke about. I'm eager to go into the Web3 space. So, but I didn't tell him that that's what I thought. It's part of the plan. It's the part of plan. I knew that on the long run, it's benefiting me.
It
Even if I'm
starts
not
to
making any
pay.
money from this, it's still benefiting me. So I got the gig. Just 2 months in, they saw how serious I was working and they offered me a contract. And I've been with them ever since now. So it's all that the community, be a part of the community. In fact, that's advice. Network is one of the things you out. I think for the rest of this call, I'll keep talking about network, because it's one of the things that all of us have encountered that work for us. And learning is number one priority. So to have the perfect understanding of this, of what you're going into. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, yes. Sorry, I wanted to add something. See, buy courses. Buy courses. I know you might feel like, oh, you don't really have money and kini, but the main the main secrets are in courses that are paid. So you see courses that are paid, but if you can afford for free courses, that's fine. You can start from there. But most of the whole goody is in the paid courses. And thank you so much. Reaching out to
No,
communities,
please let me
community is
first
really
speak.
very
First. Sorry,
important.
I just want to add something to what
Okay,
you just said
please,
now.
please.
Saying buy courses sounds a bit overwhelming, you get, because there are some people right now that really want to learn this, you get, and
Okay.
they don't really have the fund because you know
Money.
that you get on Coursera, you see some courses that the price is so much, but then it's what
Okay.
you're interested in. So they are free sites. They are even on Twitter. A lot of people post content. You can use your TikTok. You shouldn't be using
Yeah.
TikTok to what for
True.
crypto storage, Nexus Web. They post a lot of Web3 content. You get they post this stuff that educates newbies in Web3. I remember one of the things I saw about during this whole tap era where the Nexus Web you are talking about telling what do you call it, newbies now that Web3 is more than just tapping. But you see a lot of people out there, they're talking about they are just tapping, thinking that's all the amount of free course on your TikTok, on your social media, there are people that post free resources. Do well to follow these people. On YouTube, they're also free. Even Tiago has a YouTube channel where he posts Web3 content. All those are free and they are all an inclusive one because it's all demographics, newbie, you've been there, mid level, it's there. It's not like I'm pushing their gospel, but this I follow them. I know
Yeah.
I've gotten to an extent, but I still follow them and I learn from this stuff. So saying buy courses, it's that kind of sound. Yes, buying courses is one thing, but it's overwhelming because for those who can't afford it at the moment, you can still use your there's no barrier, there's no limitation. The
Yeah.
only limitation, like they say, is your mind. You now thinking, okay, I don't have the money to get it. So I think that's it. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. So the last question I'm going to ask you guys, so that we can call it a day, would be: Can you, Tiago from Tiago, can you explain to us what blocks and chains are, what they represent in the ecosystem? Just give us a brief explanation on that.
Okay. Blockchain is, I think there's some limited things or limited Muted now.
Okay.
Okay, good. So um, the whole blockchain is broken. I like how you broke it down into two because if you say blockchain now, it sounds very big, right? But then it's not something very difficult to understand. Blockchain is made up of two words. There's a block and there's a chain. Okay, so the blockchain is okay. Let's explain. We know what chains are. Chains are structures linked together bit by bit. They are most likely structure, I mean long, but they're linked together bit by bit. So that's what they call chains. Anyway, you hear chain, just know they are small structures linked together. So in this aspect, you're talking about the internet now. So it's not something physical. It's not something you can touch. Okay. So this is something structures linked together, small structures. And those small structures are called blocks. So what is a block? The block is a piece of information, just a piece of information, be it an image, JPEG. In blockchain, we call it NFT. JPEG, it could be timestamp for a transaction, any image is the block. So when they come together, all of them, those small, and not image, any information, those small information, when they come together, they form the blockchain. Okay. So what is now the blockchain? The blockchain is a let's see it as a ledger of transactions. So I don't know where you grew up, but from the background I grew up, I stayed in the shop. You understand? So that book, there's a book normally when they leave the shop for you now when you are young, they'll tell you to record every transaction that happens. So they'll be able to keep track of whatever thing you're doing, whether you're doing it right or wrong. So if you buy anything, that place you go to record it. It's called a ledger. So that ledger, how it relates to the blockchain is that the blockchain is like a ledger, but this one is a digital ledger. So every transaction, every detail, every information, you know how the ledger is now. If you write on this page, you turn and write here,
Yeah.
you write here, you write
I
here.
know. I
So the
do.
blockchain is that ledger, contains blockchain is that is that book that contains every information.
Yeah.
Do you get? So blockchain is a decentralized ledger that carries information. Decentralized ledger that carries information. I'll explain. I think I meant to talk about the importance, right? Because if I explain it this way,
Okay.
you might not appreciate it that much until I talk about the importance. So I can talk about the importance, right?
Yes, please.
Awesome. So why is blockchain important? Okay, let me tell you an analogy. Okay, so in the blockchain is important because if let's say we have want to place a bet now, I like for them to do something about football. Let's say I support Liverpool and Harry supports Barcelona, which is actually true. Want to place a bet, want to place a bet in um, match. I'm supposed to play a match and then I feel Liverpool win and it feels we are supporting our clubs basically and then we want to place a bet. There are three ways we can do it. If you want to place a bet of $1 million, I don't have $1 million. I think he has, but I don't have that amount of money. So this is just an example. If we want to place a bet of $1 million, there are three ways we can do it. Number one, it's either we trust each other. Okay, it's either we trust each other. I'll tell him if Liverpool wins, you give me the $1 million. If Barcelona wins, I'll give you the $1 million. But we know each other. If Barcelona loses or Liverpool wins rather, this guy is not going to give me. I know him. This guy will not give me that money. So that one it's out of the equation, right? And another way is to find an attorney, you know, it's correct, or a lawyer, sorry, a lawyer. Um, Lawyer will collect fees now. There's no way you give lawyer, um, you give lawyer $1 million that lawyer will not take like 10% each. You've lost a part of that money. But then if you want to do it in the blockchain, a simple line of code, just a simple line of code, and then you tell the blockchain what to do. Blockchain is permissionless, it's decentralized. So nobody has authority over nobody has authority over over what's inside. So if we create that transaction and then send our money there, he'll send his $1 million, and I send my $1 million. When the match, at the end of the match, it will automatically check the winner and then transfer it permissionless. When you write something, when you inscribe something, when you create something on the blockchain, it is permissionless, it is decentralized, it is you cannot immutable, which means you cannot edit, you cannot alter anything in it. So at the end of that match, the blockchain will automatically send the $1 million to the winner. I can go on and state thousands of reasons why we need the blockchain. So basically, from this story I told, it shows that the blockchain is immutable. Number one, it shows that the blockchain is immutable, which means you cannot alter it. You cannot alter. Let me for as an example, Bitcoin is a currency, a crypto asset, cryptocurrency, the first cryptocurrency. It was built on the blockchain, right? It's like it's what brought the blockchain technology into life. So if Bitcoin was programmed on the blockchain, to show you how good the blockchain is, how important, and to demonstrate that immutability, when it was programmed in such a way that there will only be 21 million Bitcoin in existence ever. So whichever way you try to do it, there will not be one Bitcoin added to that 21 million that was programmed, that's supposed to be in existence.
Okay.
So Bitcoin is immutable. Nobody, they've tried and tried, nobody will ever succeed in adding just one, that's 21 million Bitcoin. So anything you store on the blockchain is very, very secure. Let's say we are storing a wheel now, the blockchain. On the wheel, people with big money. So obviously we get people with big money, they are wheels. And in the end, sometimes in this part of the world, Africa, some of this will, if you find lawyer, you promise a lawyer 50% of whichever thing is on the wheel. The lawyer will give you now. He will all it. Lawyers these days, sorry to say, was my heartless. They just still keep money over anything else. But then, in a way, you wouldn't blame them because times are hard. So yeah, if it were to be on the blockchain, there's no way it can be altered. The will, whichever way it's presented, whether it's in a text format, in a PDF format, in a photo, the moment it's in the blockchain, it cannot be altered. So blockchain is immutable. Nothing on the blockchain can be altered. Secondly, blockchain is decentralized. There's no central authority. When I was explaining the concept of Web3, I talked about social media. If you understand how it works, Mark Zuckerberg and Meta, his company, they earn millions of, if not billions of dollars yearly in ads. So all of this, I want to run ad, I click for ad. Millions of people do it daily, and then they take almost all the money. Up until recently, they decided to give stipends. That's just a small fraction of what they earn from ads. So people might see it as a big money. Of course,
Mm.
Nigerians, it's actually a big money for us, but that's just a small fraction of what they earn. But then in blockchain, excuse me, in the
Sorry.
blockchain, this thing is shared. Like it's um, blockchain made it possible. Okay, So it is decentralized. Mark cannot wake up one day. If Mark created a blockchain today, he cannot wake up one day and say, okay, uh, this platform is like how it is. Let me start running ads and get all the money. Except there's an issue with the programming, that is not possible. So Web3 social media are fully decentralized and programmed from the start. So when you create content, it is automatically distributed in the right proportion. Unlike uh, Max Facebook now. I don't know if you know Facebook, YouTube, TikTok. If you have 1 million users in Nigeria, the amount they will pay you for that is not the same they will pay somebody that has 1 million views in China or Japan or US. It's not supposed to be so. That's it. It doesn't feel right at all. So blockchain is
Mm.
decentralized. It has no central authority. I think I'll explain this one with another one, and then I'll talk one more. Possibly one more reason why blockchain is important. If okay, let me there's no time. Let me just go on to the next one. It is decentralized and it provides security. So we all, the three of us here were in UNN now. In the library, that non-detailed security library, when you write things close to, that's connected to, they, they will not allow students to go close to it because it's connected to all the hundreds of laptops in that library. So anything that happens to that laptop happens to every other one. Now imagine if it's finance. You can hack, they don't tell you, but they hack these banks, even though it already happened. But they can just come on there and hack GT Bank, hack and collect as much money as possible. But in blockchain, let's use Bitcoin for example, because it's the mother of currencies and has every fundamental of it is how it is the exact way a crypto asset should be. Okay. So in Bitcoin now, you cannot hack Bitcoin. Have you ever heard that you hack Bitcoin? Some of these chains are not properly built. That's how you hear hacks. But then if you build a chain properly, there's no way you hear about hack. They've never hacked Bitcoin. The US government have tried, Russian government, North Korea, South Korea, all of them, China, but nothing. That's the importance of the blockchain, another importance. And then let's say it takes away central authority. So for the last analogy, if you attack that motherboard, attack that central computer in Nnamdi Azikiwe library, if you alter something there, it affects every other one. So in blockchain, it is decentralized. It's decentralized. It provides security. For you to change something in Bitcoin, for you to attack um, something in the blockchain, sorry, you have to there's what they call 51% attack. Every node that's every computer connected to that blockchain, you have to go individually. So to alter that thing. So if a laptop is in a computer, is in Stockholm, Sweden, if in Tokyo, Japan, if it's in Sydney, Australia, if it's in Ondo, Nigeria, you have to go individually. It is not possible. How valuable is that thing you want to do? They have to. You will not even locate it. There's no way you locate it. You get. There's no way you locate it. So it's almost impossible. You cannot hack Bitcoin. You get. So next one has no central authority. I can use finance. But this one, um, Henry talked about Pavedro. He did, yes. Pavedro, when he was arrested, they took away his belongings, they froze his assets. He didn't have access to his money and all. But then his Bitcoin was there. If he wanted money, he could just sell off some Bitcoin, convert to fiat, sell off as sell to an exchange or
Mm.
OTC trade that has sell peer to peer, person to person, sell to another person that wants Bitcoin. They are always available. Because I'm sure everybody here has that one person or more on their story or their WhatsApp status that says I buy Bitcoin, I sell Bitcoin. You'll always have those kind of people. So they're always there. So all you have to do is just sell a portion, the amount of Bitcoin you want, the amount of fiat you want to sell that amount of Bitcoin, then boom, you have your money. So that's the importance is you cannot censor it. Another way is this. Another example is I looked at Ukraine. When Ukraine was started, you could run, but when it comes to finances, they'll only give you $3,000. If you have $500,000, they'll give you $3,000. If you have $1, they'll give you $1. But if you have $10,000, they'll give you $10,000. If you have $5,000, they'll give you. If you have $1 billion in your bank, because the country was in a state of emergency. Everybody was running, so they could only give you $3,000 during the Russian-Ukraine war when it started. You were fleeing to Poland, Warsaw, and then Japan. Germany, or then Munich, Frankfurt, Dusseldorf, and Co. So yeah, it cannot be censored. One more thing, let's use social media. Good. So if you go to these US elections now, there were things you couldn't post on Facebook because we all know that Facebook was the founder of Facebook and the CEO of Meta, that's Mark, was a Democrat. Was a Democrat. He supported Kamala Harris. There were things you couldn't post. They automatically gets flagged.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, Twitter was there. I think Elon who did a fair job. He didn't like he openly supported Trump,
Yeah.
but then he didn't took away the freedom of speech from people who didn't like Kamala, who didn't like Trump, who supported Kamala. So unlike Mark that if you posted about Kamala Harris, they get flagged and deleted. But then on social media and blockchain, uncensored, you can post everything. Another example is during the EndSARS, the things you couldn't post. Even on Facebook, I'm not kidding you, I posted something during 2020, October 20th was when the massacre happened. 21st or 22nd.
Yeah,
It was planned. They took it down immediately. And then till today, the post, nobody saw it. But then on blockchain, everything is uncensored. There are so many benefits. I've explained what blockchain is. I've explained why it's important, the benefits. I think I've done justice to that one. I'll stop here.
Okay. Okay. That's really interesting. Wow. Ah, there's just so much you said about it. Okay, so Henry, do you have something to add? What do you have something to add about what blockchain is, what chains and blocks are, and then the whole combination, them coming together to give us blockchain. Do you have something to add about that so we can call it a day? Can you
Um,
stay with us?
Sorry?
Okay, no, I was wondering if you're still with us. I wanted to check.
Yeah, I'm still with you. I'm still. So, I think Tiago spoke on the importance of what next. Tiago spoke more on the importance of blockchain and why the blockchain technology is an amazing. But then, like he said in the initially, that it's a combination of two words, block chain, and like please, I don't know why I can hear.
I can hear you though, but it's
No, like
breaking.
it's kind of coming back to me.
Okay, all right. So I think can we?
Okay, thank you. So, thank you very much. So, we spoke on blocks and initially when it started, how blockchain is a combination of two words, block and chains, and explaining why the chain on ending strings or their attached nodes being attached together. So now, the different types of chain that we have, they are they are what we call the private chains and the public chains. Like the public chains are those which are open to everyone. Anyone can build on it.
Yeah.
For example, Ethereum and Bitcoin. I think Solana as well, because we know. But I'm more into the Ethereum ecosystem, so I can tell you about. the EVM compatible. Like we have Binance, all they are all under Ethereum, Ethereum chain now. So those are like the public chains. Now, when you talk about the private chains, you talk about now this is now the part of where centralization, a bit of centralization comes into Web three, because I think over the years there were like some requests, maybe wanted organizations that wanted to use blockchain technology as well.
Mm.
So we have a company like Ripple that's their chain is private for private organizations as well. So that's where the private chain came in. Um, Under that, there are still under the chains now. There are the several layers. Yeah, before there was just um, chains, but over time, involvement and due to transaction fees and due to what else, I think speed of transaction, the way the transaction goes. Now, this is on the part of cryptocurrencies in decentralized finance,
Mm.
which I so this part of decentralized finance where there are, for example, Ethereum. We know that Ethereum use a lot of gas fee and transaction as well was not so fast. Yeah. So they now introduced what we call the layer two chains under under Ethereum now. There is the Arbitrum chain under Ethereum
Mm.
where it's basically does most of the things Ethereum does, but its gas fee is at little compared to what Ethereum charges, and the speed of transaction as well was improved. So on the part of the chains, yes, and the different types of chains, this is just a brief summary of what goes on in the blockchain and their kinds of chains. He already explained how the chain transactions go, how nodes are connected, and he spoke about the several decentralization, how he used the several computers as example, and how if you want to hack the blockchain, you can't just attack the computer that is in Japan, the one that is in Ondo, Nigeria at the same time,
At the same
because
time,
you
yeah.
have to
Mm.
get to that 51% attack, like he said.
Mm.
That is what I have to add.
Mm. And the blocks also changes with time. So okay, all right, awesome, awesome. Okay.
Yeah, for a moment I thought I was
No, you be muted. Okay, please continue.
no, I'm done. I think I'm
Okay, awesome.
because I was looking
Okay, okay. Wow, what an awesome time with um you guys. Thank you so much for coming on board to share your wealth of knowledge with us. It's really awesome, like having to see people that have been where we want to be. Come to talk to us about things they know, so that we won't make mistakes and so that we can learn faster. Thank you so much, Henry. Thank you so much, Aze, for being here. Okay, so it's a wrap, and I don't know if you guys know, people watching, if you notice, I've been writing, and I just hope you all got a whole lot of things from what has been said here, and also put it into practice. Right, it's very very important. Don't just hear things and go back to sleep. Hear them and then put in the work to do to practice what you've heard. Okay, yeah, that'll be all. Thank you so much for coming. Peace, everyone. See you next time in my next video.
I thank you for having us here.
Oh, yeah,
I said thank you for having us on an opportunity. Yeah.
all right. Bye.